Alright, check it out. It's I believe it's like a 1980, late 80s Polaris 4x4 250. I'll read the description right here. So it says, it's a first generation Polaris 250 4x4 two-stroke. I picked it up like this, been sitting a few years. Turns over freely, but haven't tried to start it. I'm sure it wouldn't take much to get it running. Comes with a new starter. It is missing the recoil cover and clutch cover. Otherwise complete. Take a look at the pictures here. As you can see, it's a little rough. Looks like it's been sitting outside for a long time. But this is a 4x4. You can see the front chain going to the front drive, which is pretty cool. I've owned one just like this before, and they're really fun. Basically, the 4x4 only comes on if the back wheels are slipping. So it's kind of like a automatic 4x4. Pretty cool. But yeah, this thing is a little rough. Looks like the back tire is pretty flat too. Big rip in the seat. These plastics are all rough. But it's mostly complete. Oh, here's the new starter for it. And the new pull cord. It looks like it's missing a couple covers though. Yeah, it's missing this cover. Those are really expensive too. Oh, it's got the light on it still. It's a little rough. What was it up for? $350. So it was up for $350. Put it down to $300. I just texted the guy asking what's the lowest he'd take for it today, and he said $250. So we're gonna go over there, check it out, and probably offer, $200, $150. See if he takes that, because it is pretty rough. Doesn't look like it will run that easily. And if it's missing the starter and the recoil, it's gonna be tough to start. But yeah, that's the project. Hopefully we can get this thing running today. I don't know though, it's pretty rough. It's missing the battery also, I'm guessing. So this is definitely gonna be a challenge. Jade, come here. We'll ask Jade what she thinks about it. What do you think of this four-wheeler?
It looks pretty bare bones to me. I don't know.
What do you think? Do you think it's worth $250?
I think they should be paying you $250 to take it from them.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you showed me that other one you redid this morning, and so if anyone can do it, it's you, Joe.
So you think no or yes?
I think you can make it work. But man, it's gonna be like a couple-day project for you, I got a feeling, because that looks really crummy.
Yeah, it looks pretty rough.
Yeah, you'll need a new seat and everything.
What's this thing on it? Is that a light?
Yeah, it looks like a light.
Oh, there is a picture right there. Oh yeah, light. One light.
One light.
Then there's one right there.
Are you using this to push our snow?
For a plow?
Yeah, because it doesn't
I
have
don't think
a plow.
so.
Okay.
You can put one on it if you want.
Does
it's a
it
4x4.
have a winch?
Nope. Nope. So I guess I'm gonna go pick it up. Try to offer $200, $150. See if he takes that. All right, guys, we got the beast in the back there. She's a little rough, just a tad. We'll get back home, take a look at it, and diagnose all the problems with it, because there's a lot. But it's all there, so that's good. I think we're gonna start with hooking up the charger to it, see if we get anything to light up, and then we'll go from there. See if we get spark, and see if we can pull it over a couple times and get it to start. All right, here it is. Let's go over the whole machine, see what's wrong with it, and start working on fixing it. So you can see the plastics are all worn out. It looks like they were painted at one point black. You can see, almost looks like bed liner on here. The red plastics are a little rough as well. Looks like they were painted at one point. You can see there's like a pink underneath, and then there's red. So I don't know if we can strip these down. Probably can. I think we can use that paint stripper and strip it all down, make it look a little bit better. Everything's pretty rusty on it, needs to be painted pretty good. the little case for the pull start is gone on this thing. You can see it's like a metal container that goes right here. I just noticed, which really sucks, I didn't even see this when I bought it, the sprocket right there is missing for the 4-wheel drive. So that's what makes the chain spin in there. Right here. Got a flashlight for this. But I didn't even notice that when I bought this thing. I should have looked underneath there. I figured it was on there because the guy said it was complete. But you can see the chain and everything in here for the 4-wheel drive. Goes to this drive shaft right here. And then it goes down this path right here to this other drive shaft. And you can see it's missing in there. You look in there, see there's no sprocket. And then that chain goes to here, which is on here, which is good. But you can see there's a bunch of crap in there. Looks like the muffler is in good shape. Take a look inside here quick. Never know, there might be some gold in here. That would be nice. Get my money back. Oh! Practically gold. AMSOIL. Anything left in here? The mouse doesn't come out and bite my finger. Oh, AMSOIL interceptor. Not much left in there. Looks like the old pull cord. Ooh, looks like something ratty in there. Yeah, definitely a mouse living in there at one point. But that's pretty funny. Guy ran AMSOIL in it. So that's something. Yeah, I don't think there's anything left in there. The other bad thing about this is that the clutch cover is missing. So I don't know how bad the clutch is right now. Battery's missing, you can see. The tires hold air. We pumped up the tires, and all the tires hold air. In the picture, it looked like the one tire wasn't holding, but they're all holding air. So that's good. I did check and see if it shifted, and it does shift. There is the key in it still. The choke lever is still on it, and all the controls are on it. You even get a fancy mirror with it, which is really nice. And then the brake is not working. Brakes are junk. And it feels like the throttle is locked up on this. Yeah, she's a little rough. Almost as bad as this one over here. Secondary light on it. Looks like it was hooked up and rigged into that. Big break in the plastic right there. That's the only crack I can see. All the other plastics look good. The seat has a rip right here. But other than that, I guess we can check the oil. See what's down here. Doesn't look like a whole lot going on. There's a little green oil down there. Put that cap back on. I bet you the gas tank has a bunch of water in it because the hose wasn't on it. Let's see what's in the gas tank. It doesn't look too bad down there. Oh, there's some old gas crap. Not a whole lot, but it's pretty solidified down there, it looks like. Check that out. So, probably have to clean up the gas tank. I bought a new filter for it because it looks like there needs to be a filter between the gas lines right there. That's probably what that was before. But it does pull over. Let's see if I can get this back up. With some decent compression. So, that's something. Let's check underneath the seat and see what's going on underneath here. Oh yeah, that's what I like to see. A good mouse nest. Fun times. Why do people just let stuff sit? I just don't get that. Oh, there's a mouse nest in there too. Oh yeah, there's a big one in there. I'd be surprised if there wasn't a mouse. Everything else looked pretty decent on it. So we're just missing that sprocket. See, the axles seem pretty good, not too worn. Not too much play in there. Yeah. Boots aren't ripped or anything that I can see. Everything looked good up there. Brake lines are all attached. That's good. Suspension looks decent on it. Those could be cleaned out a little bit. The brake rotors are a little rusty, so those probably need to be taken off and cleaned. Electrical, looks like it's missing something right here. I don't know what this is. Kind of afraid to put my finger in there. It's almost like a tether switch. What is this thing? There's two connections on the bottom of it, almost like a cigarette lighter or something. Oh yeah, it's like a little phone plug-in thing. Huh, interesting. Looks like a light switch for that light right there. Yeah. So that's the light switch for that. Let's see if the back brakes work. Is there a foot brake on here? There's no foot brake. What the heck? There's only one brake? That's weird. I don't see a back brake. It should be like right here. Ah, yeah. Looks like it's missing. There's the back brake rotor. And here's the caliper right here. And the back brake went right here. I'm guessing it hooked up to that sprocket. Unless the front brake hooks up to the back brake. I'm not sure. Maybe there wasn't a brake on here for the back brake. I'll have to look into it, but there's a nice grease fitting right there. Let's hook up a charger pack to the battery and see if anything happens. If it doesn't, that means we probably need to go through the wiring and see if there's like a faulty wire, and then go from there. All right, we got our battery hooked up. Let's see what happens when we turn this thing on. All right, power. You get anything to... Oh, the neutral light turned on. That's a good sign. Well, should we check the starter and see if that works? The starter doesn't work. Could just be a faulty starter button, but you can see the neutral light lit up. It's awesome. Does the light work? Oh yeah, the light works too. Sweet. Let's see if this works. Yep. The light works. Looks like high doesn't work though. Low works. Run. Could just be faulty right here. Yeah, that start button doesn't work at all. Let's see if we're getting power to the solenoid. Alright guys, so here's what we got going on. It's kind of hard to see over here. But right there is the solenoid. We hooked up one of the positive leads to the battery charger to the solenoid switch. When we hit the button, that wire right there, that red wire, should have power going to it. So we've got one hooked up to that, one on the negative terminal. So we should get a reading of 12 volts right there when we hit the start button. So let's see what happens. I'm gonna hook up my positive lead to that. Turn that off. Let's see what happens here. See if we get 12. Not getting anything. So that means it's most likely a switch. Because I'm pushing up here with it. And we're not getting a reading right there. So that more than likely means we're not getting power to the switch here. Alright, so what I'm thinking is that this switch is not making contact with anything when you push the button. So we're going to take this apart and try to see what we can find. you guys can see in there, it's not looking too good. So that's good. It gives us hope here. I'm just gonna let that sit with WD-40. Spray a bunch of it in there. What we're gonna do is move everything a lot back and forth. Spray a little more. Get that corrosion off of it. We're just trying to make some contact. All right, so I'm pushing the button right now. Check this out. Keep an eye on that. So I'm gonna tell you when I'm pushing the button. Pushing the button right now. Pushing the button. You can see we're getting 12 volts. Sometimes. There we go. So let's try to hook that back up and see if that starter works. All right, let's push that start button. Now we just hear clicking. So that is the solenoid clicking. That starter in there must be locked up, I'm guessing. So the solenoid's getting 12 volts of power. Sending it down to the starter is not turning over. So it is in fact the starter that's bad. We do have a pull start on this thing, so let's take the spark plug out and see if we get some spark. All right, I had to get this gas tank off. It was held on by a bracket right here. 4 bolts going underneath up into hold into place, and then the oil line had to take off right here, and the gas line came off. Yeah, so we've got the spark plug right in there. Let's try to get this thing out of here and see if we got some spark. Here's the plug. Looks like it has some type of coating over it. BR6ES it looks like. Looks like it was running pretty decent on it. Alright. Here we go. Let's see if she's got some spark. Alright, neutral light's on. Let's see what happens when you pull it over. No spark. Oh, it's not on run. Let's try that. Oh, check out that. That's pretty sweet. That's pretty good spark. So that's a good start. Next thing we're gonna do is probably put some gas on the cylinder and see if this thing fires up. I don't know if the carburetor's cleaned out or not. I'm guessing it's not, but that's pretty simple. Take out the air box, get to the carburetor, and we can clean up the carb quick. Get some gas going down the carburetor here. Looks like that's plugged up. Probably not a great sign. See if anything goes down. Looks like it gets plugged up right away. All right, gas in the cylinder. Let's see if she fires up. I'd say she fired for a second. That's good. I think we're gonna clean out the carb next and go from there. All right, so she fired up for a brief second. I think we're gonna do carburetor next, get that all cleaned up, make sure she runs, and then after that we'll do the starter. The starter is underneath here, so in order to get the starter off, you have to take off everything. Gotta take off the clutch, and you need a special tool. Let's see, I think I've got the tool in here somewhere. Unless it's in my truck, it might be in my truck. Yeah, it's a big long puller that you need for Polaris, so. All right, let's start with the carburetor. Let's get the air box cleaned out and all that fun stuff. All right, we got the air filter out. Quick check out the mouse nest in this thing. It's pretty bad. Yeah, there's definitely a mouse living in there. I think there's like a rag chewed up in there. So that carburetor's probably packed. I'm hoping it didn't get into the piston area. But let's take this out. Oof. Oh boy. That is rough in there. Let's get that vacuumed out. All right, we got the carburetor off. That was a beast to get off. The slide was stuck in there, and yeah, you can see it's a little rough. This one's probably gonna need the ultrasonic cleaner for a bit. Oh yeah, very rough. All right, let's look on the inside and clean this out. All right, let's take a peek inside the carburetor, see what's in here. Let's see. Woo. She's sticky. That's for sure, yeah. Just a tad gummed up in there. Look at that. Just a tad rough. Not too good. We're gonna get this all cleaned up and then in the ultrasonic cleaner. Alright, we got the carburetor in the ultrasonic cleaner. Now we're gonna move on to the starter. Got the starter over here. Let's unpackage that right now. See if that's the correct one. Alright, let's see what we got in here. Yeah, that looks like the right starter for it. Cool. Got a little gasket in there as well. Alright, we'll install that next. Right, to get the starter installed, we need to take off this clutch. This is the tool to do it. This is a puller. So basically you put that in there and then crank it off. Alright, let's see if we can crank this off of here. She's on there pretty good. WD-40 strikes again. Put some of that down there, it came right off. That's what that looks like. Alright, we got the starter out of it. Looking a bit rough. And then the starter gear right there. But here we go. Yeah, that's pretty fun. We had to take off the pulsar cover right there on this side, so this is looking fun too. But basically you have to take out these two screws right there, and then that gear can come out and the whole starter can pull out. But let's get the new starter in and get that all sealed back up. Alright, new starter is installed. Gonna turn this on. Let's see if she works. Here we go, moment of truth. Ho ho ho. Awesome. Starter's working great. Check it out. That's sweet. Alright, one thing fixed. Let's get the carb back in the machine. Alright, the moment has come. The carburetor's all back on, cleaned. Let's put some gas down it and see if we can fire it up. We got the starter on. We got power. We got gas going to it. Let's see what happens here. Alright, let's see what happens. Turn the key on. Press the start button. Start it up for a sec. Turn the choke on. She runs. Alright, let's see if she starts back up. Smoky. Alright, well, she runs. Next video, I think we're gonna do cosmetics and get everything tuned up.